let's see what happens. File new. If you're walking in to the workshop without any drawn design or digital image to work from, we're going to, again, make a new file from a letter size print document. And we're just going to work with some of the tools that we have here. In your toolbar on the side, you have all these shapes you can play with. I'm going to do some really basic things with some circles because it's easy. But honestly, you could work with anything. If you'd rather work with polygons, FYI, tap, you can have whatever size radius you want and however many sides you want. So if you want triangles or pentagons or whatever, it's up to you, right? So there are some options. However, I'm just going to work with circles. When you're doing this, it works better if you have no fill. So either here or down here, we want to click on the red line so that you have a black stroke, no fill, and you're going to want to make the stroke at least 1 millimeter. That's sort of the narrowest that you can make your piece. And that's if you don't plan on resizing it later. Oops. So I'm actually going to work with a 2 millimeter stroke to start with, because that'll give me some latitude, and I can change these up as I go. I'm also going to bring up my ruler so I know roughly where I'm working here, so I can see that I'm somewhere in that 2 inches by 2 inches ballpark. So let's say I wanted to make some earrings. Okie doke. So let's give myself some sort of larger piece to work on. And then I want to have some cool decorative bits and maybe some ovals, and maybe I want to have some overlap, and maybe if I want to then rotate this, I went up and at the selection tool and we do maybe a diagonal thing going on. Okay. Here's the thing about digital design is that the designy bit, it gets really fussy really fast and can take all the time in the world, which is why I'm hoping people will come in with a design, really. Because I could spend hours and days doing this, and I'm sure everybody else could too. Now, that's pretty basic. If it is too regular for you, because some of these they're all the same size, you could then select one and go up here and change this to a 1 millimeter stroke weight. And then you can have some variety in 1.5 millimeter in what these strokes are and how they fit together. 1.5, this will be pretty delicate. And you can also, if you wanted to have some solid bits, which you could do, you can fill those in. I love the arrow keys for moving stuff around just a little bit. Okay. If you are making an earring, please, please, please don't forget that you need a way to hang this. So you are going to need some kind of little loopy bit up here that needs to be empty. And 1 point, let's make this a 1 millimeter. Oops. 1 millimeter. There we go. So, ta-da. Oops. It's a design. It's fine. So once you have this, if you then select all of it, in order to select all of it, you can either do Command A, will select everything that you've done, everything that's on the page. Or you can click and drag with the selection tool over the whole selection. Either way, no problem. I'm going to do very much what I did with the ping file right now, which is I'm going to rasterize this here. So object rasterize. Same thing, transparent background. Okie dokie. And I'm going to move this over here for a second, because the next thing I'm going to do is image trace, make and expand. Boom. And then object, I'm going to expand it one more time. Makes our lives easier. Click on the background, And then go to the white direct selection tool, right? And then start clicking on the white bits and hitting delete. Hit delete, hit delete, oops. Hit delete, boom. Uh-oh, I'm gonna have to zoom in to get the little parts. There we go. If you click one, like for example, if I just do this, if you don't get the background and you accidentally get the nodes and you click once and it only takes part of it away, just hit delete again, it'll get the rest of it. But if you click in the middle, it'll get the whole thing. Okie dokie. So here we have, yet again, a marvelous trace. Now this, if this is, again, go back to the selection tool, grab the whole thing, put it back over here. And when we move it, you can see those lovely outlines, but then when we put it here, it's filled in, right? So back here, we're gonna go back to this, switch it up, swap and fill, ta-da! Okay, so there's one earring, or pendant, you know, depending on what you want. If you want two of them, then you can just, if you hold the Alt or Option key down, you get that double arrow with your cursor, and then you can just click and drag it across, and look, now I have two. Ta-da, two earrings. Then you can, again, select all and go up here and tell it you need 0.001, hit tab, and I am ready to laser cut my earrings out. And they are about 3/4 of an inch wide, and how far down are we? About 1.5 inches long, something like that. So not too bad. And we can do that out of say 2mm acrylic or wood or something, and that'll look pretty good. So that's the plan. If you have to work from scratch, this is what I would suggest. It's the easiest way to get going. If you work best with paper and pen, then we can take a picture of it and put it in and trace it the way we did the ping file. I think we're good. I'll see you at the workshop.